Hi traders and welcome to the PL Capital Commodity Report. Today is Wednesday, December 6th, 2:30 p.m. Central Time. In this video, we're going to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, silver, and uranium. So let's go. All right, start off with natural gas futures contract. My last video on Monday, I was thinking that actually I need it from over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I said 5 waves could be in, and so this monster move, all the way from the October high straight down could be in, because I see 5 waves and I've already had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this was going to be the 5th wave of the 5th wave. Well, that didn't last very long. They did break that 4, which I was thinking was going to be a good sign that the 5 wave was in, and they'd be at least coming up into this 2.9 to 3.0 range. But they just gave a 3 wave correction and then just total sell off again. So they're really killing natural gas here. And right now, this whole area is just a little confusing on what the exact pattern is, because this 5 wave move and then a 3 wave correction, and then they've only come down in 3. So, and it has to end in 5 waves. So I want to see the reaction when it gets up into 2592 and 2623, because it might just be that this wave isn't complete, and so it's come on, 1, 2, 3. This might be 4, and then they'll come down one more time, and then give you the 5 waves. So it's just need a little bit more charts, price action here to tell us what's going on. Could also be that they're creating like a running flat. They've been doing a series of running flats here. There have been 3 that I've counted. So like I said before, they're just in a real hurry to really push this down. So it could be that you got 5 waves here, and then this 3 wave, that's A, and then this 3 wave could end up being B. And that could like come up here, maybe 2.7, and then drop it. Give us this kind of look. So it's just unclear. We'll know, I would think, tomorrow with inventory numbers coming out. I mean, it's either gonna, in the overnight, just kind of melt up into this range and then sell off again tomorrow, or if they really push it up in a straight line, I'd be cautious up here, because this could be just the start of another wave down. So we got to wait and see this wave coming up, what it does. Now, obviously, if they can come up and break above 2786, the high that they set today, then the only other thing I could possibly see is that this first wave, instead of being 5, it's 3 waves. So that's 1, and then this running flat, that's 2. And then this right here, what I got labeled 3, is just, it's really 1, 2, 3. So they'd be coming down in a diagonal. That'd be 3. They set 4 today, and then this 3 wave move would be 5. And so then this all would slide over to like that. That's the only really the bullish scenario that I see, that they ended 5. This ended a diagonal, a big diagonal. So that would mean then I would see the bounce would be starting, and it at a minimum it would come up to like 285 to into the low 3s at a minimum, in some 3 wave pattern. So like I said, this next wave up will will help a lot. You know, is it just going to get rejected and then that might be 5, or is this just making this running flat? So still don't know, and not until they can break above that 2786 can we really say that this fifth wave is in. So see what inventory numbers do to net gas tomorrow. Oil. All right, so just like nat gas, really pushing it down. And I'm going to zoom way out because now it's very clear here that we've got a leading diagonal here. So that was 1, this was 2, this was a big 1, 2 ending diagonal for 3. This was a contracting flat here for 4. And now the only thing that I don't know if this is the 1, 2, and then they're coming down for to end it, or if this, to me, this almost all looks like it's just one wave, which means at some point I would expect a little correction up and then still one more down, because it's all 3 waves coming down in this diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think this is just the first part of the 5th wave. They'll get a bounce up. As it stands right now, I would expect like 71-ish, 72s, somewhere in there, and then get rejected one more time. And then that would complete a big, massive leading diagonal. And so, but now if this starts to really go up, then I think the 5 waves are in, and then you're going to get the correction, and then still one more down. So, see what happens there. Need to see first if this 5th wave is in, but there should be at least a bounce coming up, a small bounce for one more down to complete the 5th wave, or a big bounce for the correction of this 5 waves down. All right, let's move on to copper. All right, so copper last week, they completed this leading diagonal up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you can see that they've started the downside. And to me, when I really drill in here, it doesn't look like it's really complete. I mean, all I see is just this 1, 2, and then 3, but this 3rd wave here isn't even done, because when I really drill in, all I see is up here, there's this 1, 2, and 3, and it looks like you got 1, 2, it should be like a 3, 4, and a 5 coming here. So I think there's a little bit more, and I think this will all just be like the A wave. So I think they're going to start correcting now this move up. So I think this is going to be just the A wave, and get some type of B wave, and then another wave down for C. So, but you can definitely play for this little bounce for the B wave up. But I think there's a little bit more down. You probably can get it down at like 372, and then somewhere in there, and then play for a little bounce. You might, if you're lucky, you'll get a big bounce up, big correction. But I think there's going to be one more wave down, because I think this is just the A wave, B. But I'd definitely only be looking for buy setups down into this 372 to say 368 range, because after this 5-wave move up, there's at least one more wave going to be going up. All right, gold. All right, so gold had that big spike on Sunday evening in the futures market anyway. And I think what is happening here is, after this 5-wave move from the September 22 low, you had this ABC. And going up, all I see is they had this expanding flat, 1, 2, 3. So I think that's the impulse. And then I think this three wave, that's A. This three wave move is B. And I think they're going to become, they've already started to really pull back here. I think it's going to come down more into this like 40, maybe even down to like into the 1920s. And I think you're going to get a big running flat. So the look will be this. There, and then there. And then this whole thing will be impulse up, A, B, C. So this will be coming down in 5 waves. Might even just be one straight shot the way they're selling it off. But either one straight shot or 5 waves down into this range. And then you can make it an expanding flat too. I mean, it could come all the way down into like 1800 if they wanted to make an expanding flat. But for right now, I'd be looking for buy setups in this range. If you see 5 waves straight down into here, then I think this is 1, 2, and then they're going up for 3, 4, and a 5. So more upside, but I think there's still going to be some more selling. Now, if they do go up and break the high of 2146, then this could be making a big diagonal then instead. And this is 1, 2, and then this 1, 2, 3, that's just 1, and then they'll go, this is 2, they'll go up for 3, 4, and a 5. But I think a running flat might be in play here. So I think a little bit more down into this range, and I'd be looking for a buy setup. And the reason I really like that idea is because of silver is also looking just like they're making a running flat here. So go down to a 4-hour. So you had that impulse up. Then you had this A, B, C. I think that's A. And then here's A, B, C. And now it's really selling off really hard. So I think silver is getting pretty close actually into this, say 2352, 2329 range. Somewhere in there, I think would be a really good place to start looking for a buy setup, because then this would be A, B, and this would complete the C wave. And then 1, 2, and then we go up and take out the 26 high. So I think, because silver's probably going to be dropping a bit more, I could see gold, and that's why I like gold to be making a running flat. So let's see if silver can push down a little bit more. And uranium. All right, so they're still staying elevated here. And it looks to me like we got this 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I really drill in, you had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there could be the 5th wave is complete now. We don't have any confirmation, but when I look at the other side over here now, it's either making a whole bunch of 1, 2s, like 1, 2, and then there's 1, 2, and then this is 1, 2. So it's not clear yet what this pattern is going to be. It could be either the start of a diagonal. So it could be 1, 2, 3, that's 1. Here's 1, 2, 3, that's 2. And then maybe this is going to be 1, 2. And then if it pushes down again, I think that'll be 3. Go back up for 4, and then still down for 5. So want to see what pattern, because it's not clear yet. It could also just be that this is ABC, that's A, B, C, that's B, and then this one just came straight down. So it could just be that this is an ABC, and this 5th wave isn't done yet, and it's going to go back up. So it's not clear. You're right in the middle between these two. The start of the 5th wave and the top of the 5th is right in the middle. So this needs to play itself out. I do think that if they push down again, I think this is going to be the start of a diagonal. I think that'll be 1, that was 2, and then they'll be coming down for 3. You could still play because, I mean, the 4 will still be fairly big, but if you're a short-term trader, you can play for a short-term. But I think the smartest play would be let this play out. If it is going to be a diagonal and the 1 and the 2 are in, let the 3, 4, and the 5 get in, and then you can start to look for a buy because there should be a big correction after this. This would be a leading diagonal. I'd play for that. That'd be a pretty big bounce. You could play for that. But right now we just don't have enough on what this all is. I will say that if they do come up and break that 29.18, then I think all this was just a 3-wave correction. 1, 2, and 3, and I think this 5th wave might not be done yet, and then they might be going up. So we don't know yet. Right in the middle. But I think if they break the low that they set today, or if they break the high that they also set today, then that might give you a better indication of what is going on. But I kind of would let this, if you're not already in, let this play out. We don't know yet what this is. If it's part of the 5th wave or 5 is in, and now this is the start of the correction. All right, that's the commodities. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.